Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. It's good to see you all here today. Hello, hello. Okay, so I'm just gonna try to get organized a little bit. So, let's see who's here. I'm very excited. It has been a little while since we've done this before, so hopefully it turns out okay. So, I'm gonna go through, say hello to everyone. I'd like to remind everyone about the rules, to check them out and to follow them. So today we actually have it like a topic, so keep that in mind. So with your questions and everything. But yeah, let's see. Laura, the parent mod, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I think you're the first one at every single stream. Sharon, hello Sharon. Sharon has been a channel member for 20 months. Thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate that. That is incredibly generous of you. Hello, Richard. It's good to see you here too. Welcome. September, my favorite dragon. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. It is good to see you. Emily, my favorite vampire. It is good to see you too. Oh, so many amazing people here. Lurking is more than welcome. Hello, lurkers. If you ever feel so bold, feel free to join in with the conversation sometime. But if not, that is cool too. Vidith, meet your BB. Says, this is so poggers. Hell yeah. I hope it goes well. It better go well. But it's lovely to see you. How is everyone going today? So basically, I think most people have been to one before, but what happens is I take an image and, well, these are AI generated images that As the Raven Dreams generates for me. I don't know what the prompts are. I don't know anything like, I haven't seen them. So they're sitting in my DMs as like little spoilers, and I've been itching to look at them, but I can't. So even though he's not here, so everyone, thank you, Raven, our dear feathered friend, for your assistance. Big Daddy Stone, it's good to see you. Can only stay for a few minutes. Hope you're awesome. I'm awesome. I hope you are too. Oh, really nice seeing people here. How's everyone been? I think I've asked that already. Have I? Oh, well, I'll ask it again. How is everyone? And don't forget to like and share the stream if you're feeling generous and kind. I'm going to do the final, like, retweets. Flooding everyone's notifications. As you do. As I do before a stream. I'm doing alright. Busy and tired, you. The same. So, for those who haven't seen it yet, I have put out a new video. It's about the vampire one I've been talking about for, I think, months now. So, after the stream, definitely check it out. It turned out far beyond what I imagined. I'm so proud. I'm so pleased. Lady Vengeance, it's good to see you again. Lady Legion, hell yeah. Let's see, so I'm gonna change some of the background thing to my other one. Okay, there we go. Also, the art is by Gorke. He made MCT's one as well. He's so talented. Ah! Hey, Mikey! Let's see what it says. Ooh, Mikey has been a channel member for 7 months. Thank you so much, Mikey. You can't see it, but I'm doing little love hearts with my fingers at the screen. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. So during the stories, I won't be reacting to any of the stream prompts. I'll be reacting to them later on, so just keep that in mind. I'm not ignoring anyone. Hello, Brian. That's all good. Welcome, welcome. Alright, so we are nearly 10 minutes in. I guess. I think I'll wait until like the 12-minute mark before I actually begin. So I will have a new video coming out not tomorrow, but the day after, I feel. It's the one I have with Creepy Oz, Papa Scare, and Punch Monster Studios. I'm really looking forward to it. It's also came out better than I thought. So yeah. Just a second. Okay, sorry, I had to sneeze. I've got a little bit of a bug, I think. I had an ear infection and yeah. So I'm just dealing with the aftermath of that. Mm. Oh god, that's good tea. Good tea. Alright, so when I'm not reading, well technically I'm not reading, I'm making the story up. So basically when it's happening, I'm not going to be looking at the chat, so the mods are going to have to keep an eye on you. So be nice to the mods, and then once it's done, I'll go back and, you know, interact with you guys. But that's alright, Vidith. I'll find it in my heart to forgive you. No, it's okay. I understand. You're a busy dude. It's all good. It's fine. Don't worry about. No, it's alright. uh So I'm gonna be wrangling up the first picture right now. So I'm gonna like fight with my layers just a little bit. Expect screaming. No, it's not gonna be that bad. He's really got me some good ones. I am so impressed. Well, I've seen one, but like, let's see. Don't mind me. I feel awkward when I give like any like moments of silence when I'm in the middle of a stream. It's like, do they know I'm not ignoring them? Do they know? Okay, so alright, so the first one is up now. Just making sure everyone can see it. If not, that's gonna get a little awkward. You'll be like, what is she talking about? Can everyone see it? Is it on the screen? Okay, good. Excellent, excellent. Alright. I'm gonna look at the full size one. Hmm. We didn't know why it was happening. With any other post-apocalyptic fantasy, or rather I should say apocalyptic fantasy, there's always some level of warning. Global warming, nuclear war, biological warfare, heap of others. What happened was our technology simply began to fall apart. something like concrete, the basis of our cities, no longer worked. It was like iron no longer gave structure to any form of concrete. So the cities began to crumble and to fall. It caused surprising amounts of deaths, with buildings collapsing, just a lack of overall repair. People began to move to more rural areas, with a few excursions into the cities resulting in casualties. So it was expected that vegetation would start to reclaim the cities, and in some areas it did, while others remained barren wastelands. Cities were unbearably hot. People would have to wrap their faces up in order to stop the sunburn from burning. I was one of the scavengers. Often young teenagers or kids would go into the cities. I know this is a strange concept considering our age, but families needed money, and kids could move quickly. There were rumors of strange beasts that lurked in the skeletons of the city. The tall scrapers. We could still see people. We called them the ghosts. The ghosts seemed to follow us. Sometimes it felt like they were trying to learn who we were in order to take control over us. It was a terrifying experience. I hated going into the cities, but we needed to find whatever remnants of medical supplies we could. As we went into the heart, we began to notice more and more devastation. This time it looked as though they had tried to bomb the city. So we wondered whether there were other things that were causing our technology to break down. I lost my younger brother in a raid of bandits. Miss him. I'm surprised things went as they did. The raiders took him off. He was still alive while they did this. They half skinned him and hung him from a telephone pole. It took him 2 days to die. We couldn't do anything about it. They wanted to draw us out, but I can just remember his screaming. Wanted to leave, but we had to keep going. The further into the city you went, the better the loot, and there was no way I was going to go home empty-handed after losing my little brother. I'm not sure whether it was the sun, dehydration finally taking hold of me, or perhaps divine light. It was the last thing I saw. Okay, there's that one. Ready, let's have a look-see, see who moseyed on in. Hello, Adams. The Lord of Memes has arrived. It is good to see you, Adam. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Lady Fairy. It's good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Lady Fairy is one of my dear, dear channel members. It's good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Also, if you haven't yet liked the stream, come on, do it, do it. And so what did people think of that one? A good story? Hell yeah, hell yeah. Happy you liked it. Slightly short, surprising, but good. World now feels underused. I mean, it's the first one. It happens. A sippy. Oh, I get you. Oh, more stories in that universe. Laura. Laura, I already have issue with series. Why? Why are you encouraging me? uh, I think I will. I need to catch up on some of the other different, stories and universes I've made that I've terribly neglected lately too. But I am incredibly fond of post-apocalyptic settings. It is one of my all-time favorites ones. What do you mean that's going to be your stories? Mikey, nice short story. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I think I accidentally changed the chat rate. Oh well, it doesn't matter too much. I forgot to grab a refill on my drink, but that's okay. It happens. So there's that one. So that's number. Actually, I forgot to put the countdown thing on. So just a second. No, that's not it. Hang on. Okay, so we've done number 1. Okay. I'm gonna put that up so we know what number we're on. And by we, I mean me. Because I'll get confused. Okay, that's a good spot for it. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Oh, okay. Alright, sorry. Just need to organize myself. So that's number 1. Dun dun. Sorry guys, I'm still put in a love heart in the chat if you are ready for the next one. Yeah. I'm very fond of the post-apocalyptic settings. I find it really fun. I still need to bring back Survival in the Waste. And the rivalry between Jack fans and Sarah fans. Simp for Sarah or simp for Jack. as the rivalry used to go back in the day. God damn. Oh, wrong DM. Sorry, excuse the ASMR typing. That's great. Just click on everything but what we need. Sorry. The only problem with this is I have to mess around a little bit with like getting all this sorted, but it'll be worth it. Alright, Adam, have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. It is greatly appreciated. Doing that one. Alright. Sorry, just trying to fix this layer. Not quite going in the spot I want it to. Okay. There we go. Alright, can everyone see the second one? So... Okay, by the looks of... Okay, you guys can see it. That's good. Okay, let's do this. We had to move. I wasn't happy about having to move to a new house, but unfortunately we couldn't afford to make the repayments on the house. So our house was foreclosed on. Naturally, we weren't happy about this and had to go get a little fixer-upper. So in payment for the low rent we would have to pay, we tidy the place up, and there was always a possibility of us buying. I thought my family were being scammed, but they were hell-bent on the idea, and it seemed that absolutely nothing I could do could stop or slow them down. It was pretty nice, surprising. There were boxes and boxes of stuff, things we'd have to go through and clear. My sister loves vintage items and is also quite good at picking things to sell, so I guess we made some money off of that. The place I found most curious was the attic. It was completely bare, all except for one corner, filled with mirrors. There were different sizes and shapes. And I thought that was extremely strange, considering there were no other mirrors in the house. And it was something that annoyed us when we first moved in. There was no mirror above the bathroom vanity, so we had to get a new mirror. The more I stayed in the attic, the more I had a lingering feeling of dread that just clung to me. I felt as though I was being watched by unseen eyes. And I have heard that mirrors act as portals. Whenever I looked into the mirrors, I didn't see anyone other than my reflection. So I guess the place wasn't haunted. Things were relatively peaceful for quite a long period of time. Until we tried to move some of the mirrors out of the attic. Unfortunately, one of them dropped. It shattered on the ground. The pieces went absolutely everywhere. And I remember bending over, dusting it up, getting it ready to put in a bin, when I heard a faint growling. Now, keep in mind, we don't have pets. All of us have allergies, so we clearly can't have these things around. It was interesting. I brushed it off. I figured I must have been tired or irritable by something. I took the glass pieces down and tried to just ignore things. We heard footsteps up in the attic. It sounded as though a small child was running around. The feet didn't sound big by any means. We were a little puzzled by this and, decided to go up and burn some sage. It worked for a day. Until again we heard those same tiny sorry until we heard those tiny feet against the surface. It started along the walls. We could be in there and we'd hear something, but we couldn't see a single thing. But always that feeling of being watched. Eventually, all of us decided, it's best for us to just, avoid the attic filled with creepy mirrors and just focus on our lives. Slowly, every mirror in the house, or reflective surface, began to give off the same impression. We were being watched, and those tiny feet began to be heard everywhere. I remember being in the bathroom, doing my makeup. I saw something move out of the corner of my eye. It was gone, quick in an instant. Click of the fingers and gone. It looked human. Almost. Except the head was on backward. It moved way too fast to be a real child. I ran out of the bathroom, slammed the door behind me, and went to try to tell anyone about it. They all naturally said I was crazy, that I was losing my mind and my grip with reality. Until they experienced the same thing. I hated it. I decided to try to spend less time at the house. I opened up my compact mirror to, freshen up. And I saw the same baby in the distance. It didn't matter where I was, but so long as there was a reflective surface, it could follow me. We tried something different. We took pieces of the broken glass mirror, We hadn't cleaned out that bin yet and tried to put it together. We glued it as best we could, put it up. We put it back in place and apologized to whatever it was. We told it we didn't mean to, that we didn't want to hurt its feelings, but to please leave us alone. If it wanted another mirror, we will buy it for it. And things settled. We went up and carved into the walls where I want more. So this began our tribute. We had to buy this nameless being mirrors. Every week, another mirror was added to the collection. We couldn't slow down or it would get aggressive and would come at us again. Each time we slipped, it would be more and more aggressive, and so it demanded more and more as a sacrifice. Bigger mirrors, more expensive ones. Things that we struggled to afford. I looked at my bank balance one day and I was so far in the red. No matter what I did, I could never get out of the debt. All because of these stupid effing mirrors. I didn't care anymore. I'd lost everything in trying to please this thing. I took a baseball bat and went up. I broke every single one of those damn mirrors. It growled at me, it snarled at me, it appeared, it threatened to kill me. I kept going. I laughed like a maniac. I didn't care as the glass shards were cutting into me, carving my arms and my legs open. I didn't care. I laughed and laughed as I bled out onto the floor, my blood seeping through the wood. One mirror survived, and that is where I now call home. Okay, there's that one. Thank you, Sharon. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so that was number 2. Who knows? Maybe we might reach number 10. I don't know. I want to check and see you approve my summaries. Oh, where are you sending the summaries, Laura? So I asked Laura because I always forget a little bit after the stream, when I always seem to forget when, like, what the story was afterwards. It's like my brain goes bloop. It's it's our feathered friend in the flesh. Hello, Raven. So everyone, Raven is the reason I'm able to do this. Everyone, show Raven lots of love. Bombard him. Show love. I don't know where this is going. Alright, I require the sippy sip. Okay, let's see. Hello, Wasteland Princess came in too. It's good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, when I have my break, I'll be going to get my refill and having a stretchy stretch. But I'm not quite there yet. So I'm really happy you guys are liking the story so far. Ooh, thank you, Laura. Those are very good summaries. I like how I said thank you out loud and then I typed it too. I'm a weirdo. Raven, every time you ask me to make some mid-journey pics for you, I just stare at it for like 20 minutes thinking, what the F am I supposed to make? But every single time you make really good ones. It's very rare I find one that I just can't work with. I'm so happy. I mean, look, that's true. Like, things get random during streams, so like these streams can also be really good to kickstart my creativity. It's like creativity by force. Yeah. Oh, I love when people use my emojis. Yeah. Alright, so let's see. So... Oh, stretch. Don't mind me. That was a very... Oh my god. So Raven and I started talking, and we got... Ooh! I had to scroll back up again. Ooh, this one's good. This one's really good. I'm just gonna fight with my layers for a bit. Hello, General! Welcome to the stream! It's good to see you! Hello, hello! So, put in a little love heart in this in the chat if you're ready for the next one. And then I think after the next one, I'll go on my break and I'll be getting a refill of my drink because my bottle of water is running low. My rations. Oh, the Adams has returned. Welcome back, Adams. Let's see. Oh, the first one was a really good one, Raven. I think I will be making a series on that. I know, another series. Why do I do this to myself? I can't help it. I love my series. Right, let's see. I'll edit this part first. I thought for a sec I misspelt 3. I'm like, no. No. Doot doot doot. Okay. We love your weirdness, it's okay. How am I weird? Don't answer that. Alright, hang on, just a sec. Okay, sorry, I had to cough and I didn't want to, like, deafen anyone. Anyway. Shh, birds. Sorry, there's a bird decided going cheep, 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 cheep. Alright, hang on. Where am I? I'm lost. Right, there I am. Can everyone see? Oh, no. I'm like, why can't anyone see it? Why is anyone commenting on it? And I hadn't done the trans. Okay, here we go. You should be able to see it. Oh, just in time. Hello, CWL. Another of my dear channel members. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Rister. Hello, Rooster. It's good to see you too. Welcome, welcome. Hell yeah. No. No, I wasn't telling you to shush. I could just imagine Raven being like, well then. Oh no. Okay. So everyone can see it? Hell yeah. This one looks like a cousin to like one of the other ones I did. I know I did a story on it, but like I can't remember what it is. I'm gonna not look at the chat because you're all amazing and distracting at the same time. There have always been legends of the deep. Monsters that lurk in the deepest darkest of the oceans. The kraken, other forms of giant squid, giant octopi, perhaps even the megalodon. But I can assure you there are worse things down there. So, I was part of a science. Oh my god, sorry. I was part of a team. I am one of the scientists that helped to create the deep sea drone. Now, this drone has to be manned. It's too complicated to simply rely on machines and AI in order to do it, so some poor soul has to go deeper down into the ocean than anyone ever has before. There was a chance that they could die, but given the opportunity, so many people were willing to accept the risk. I remember being envious. I sat in my comfortable chair watching on the screen as the drone descended down into the depths. Slower and slower. The sea animals began to look more and more alien in comparison to the ones we know. There were new species that were found, new species of crabs that could survive in some of the coldest temperatures. There was weird fish, kind of like the angler. A couple of times, the drone was grabbed by a giant squid and nearly knocked off course. Fortunately, we knew what to expect. Every time it was grabbed, whatever it was would get a nice, sharp electric shock. We have to admit, we laughed at seeing these great, powerful beasts being humbled by our technology, but nature has a tendency of not allowing itself to be humbled for long. We sank down. Something was circling the drone. Martin, the scientist or victim inside, said he saw it first, and none of us did, not at first. Not until we slowed down the cameras. We thought that maybe being so far beneath the surface of the ocean, it was starting to get to him. He was starting to, play on his mood and on his mental faculties. We found the remnants of a ship. Now, we don't know which one it was. There have been many ships that have been lost at sea and never been found. He lowered himself into the front of it. There was nothing but strange fish. Some of them glowed. Others had interesting shapes. Again, this wasn't all that interesting. I didn't want to discover some new boring fish that some kid would laugh at or not care about when they read. I wanted to find something exciting. Again, Martin complained. Thought he heard a strange groaning and started to complain of headaches. Now, being that far under the water, it can cause the human body to react in ways it shouldn't. Actually, should. The human body was never meant to survive at those depths. It was simply holding off the inevitable. He kept grabbing his head and complaining. It was as though something was trying to pry into his mind. Normally, we would have told him to resurface, but the amount of expense of putting him in this damn drone, sending him down to the depths, we were not going to waste our sponsors' money. and we didn't want to come back up empty-handed. Fear of failure and all of that. And also having our careers completely thrashed. Martin, fell asleep. We were worried. We screamed at him to wake up. The throne started to shake. At first, it was barely a rumble. One could think it was even the movement of the water, but at that depth, there is no movement. It always comes from something else. It slowly moved. It didn't need to rush. It was the king in its domain. A grotesque beast with many, many tentacles. The mouth filled with fangs beyond measure. It looked somewhat like an octopus, but not quite. Perhaps it had been mutated, either by chemical evolution or some other wicked design. 2 different colored eyes glared at the drone. It glared right at us, as though it could see us. Martin's nose began to bleed, then his eyes, then his ears. We watched, helpless. We couldn't help him. Then slowly, the same thing began to happen to us. I lifted my fingertip to my nose. I stared at this creature and I knew it was inside my mind, controlling me. I didn't want to. The others, they were too busy screaming, punching themselves in the head, stabbing themselves, doing anything they possibly could to get the sound out. But something about this creature was oddly seductive. I wanted to obey its commands. I went below deck and began to damage the ship. I wanted to be down there with it, and everyone else needed to know just the power of the King of the Sea. They tried to stop me, the survivors, and the other people in the ship, but nothing could stop me. I had to do this. The ship slowly sank. I didn't care that I could barely breathe. I tied myself to the mast, and I saw it. He floated over to me. The fangs were the last thing I saw, and I was so grateful for that. Okay, there's that one. I'll go a little weird at the end, but that's okay. Things get weird. Let's see. Oh, similar to the one you said. Yeah, okay. Oh, that one was in space. My bad. My bad. You know what? I haven't had calamari in ages too. I want some. Who wants calamari after this stream? Someday, Laura, I will play Subnautica. Someday. Someday. What do you mean, Rooster? What messages has she sent out tonight on her keyboard? Dun dun dun. But I think I can actually see me doing that as a really good story, like when it's fully written up. I'll play Subnautica, Laura, I promise. I promise. Hello, Gamma! Welcome to the stream, it's good to see you. Ooh, Vidith is currently lurking. Nice. Lurky lurk. So it looks like everyone enjoyed it. Hell yeah, hell yeah. I really appreciate that, guys. Right, sippy sip. Man, I love the sippy sips. Don't forget to like ye old stream. I don't know why I'm calling it ye old stream. Well, howdy there, partner. Hashtag finish Fallout. I will, Richard. I will finish Fallout. I promise. But yes, as Laura says, I need to get up and stretch and get some water, but I'll be back in just a minute. Yeah, I guess just wait longer. Alright, be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I didn't forget to mute because right when I got up, my back went crack. I'm like, ooh, oh no. I'm okay. I'm okay. But it's like, oh my god. That was number 3, right? I'm relying on you guys to remember. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, sippy sip time. Alright, so who is ready for the next one? Dun, dun. Thank you, thank you. It is good to be back. So put in a number 4. Not number 4. Put in a love heart if you're ready for the next one. I'm really enjoying these ones. Raven picked some absolutely amazing pictures. Don't do it. Okay. Right. Ooh. Like I haven't seen him, it's like making these like random sounds in the background going, ooh. Ooh. Alright, so just fighting with it for a minute. It is a weird one, but you know what? It tests my story making abilities. My sounds like some evil whispers on the background for a minute. Dun dun dun. It's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. You change this to number 4, so I'll do it all at once because it's just easier. Number 4. Okay, so here we go. Just waiting for it to go live so people can see it. Also, don't forget to like the stream if you haven't already. Little poke of encouragement. Yep, this is definitely an interesting one. This one's gonna test me, I think. So, okay. As always, I'm gonna like not look at the chat. So, mods, do your modding, please. Protect the chat. I've always liked pushing the boundaries of what is real. I could say I'm into some level of spirituality, pushing the bounds of reality. Sorry, the atoms distracted me for a sec. I like being able to also imagine doing things that are inconceivable. Jumping up buildings. It started off small when I was a child. You know those fantasies you would get where you could do things you shouldn't be able to? Fly in space, for example. I never really grew out of these things. I always believed that there was a way to make these things possible someday. I loved it. I was even able, at certain points, to change my gender and go back and forth. It brought me a lot of happiness. I tried to ask anything that would speak to me about how I could change my perceptions of reality. I know some were charlatans and offering me lies, but that didn't mean I was going to stop searching. Sorry, I just need something to fiddle with on my desk. Fiddling makes my brain work. The longer I tried, the more frustrating it became. I was led into a building, completely empty. Nothing in it, no windows, no doors. Just a big white box. As soon as I entered, the door disappeared, rendered completely useless. I walked around for a while, trying to find some identifying mark or something that could draw me in. Didn't find anything. It was so empty. It echoed, but at the same time, it didn't. The sounds all fell flat. I approached one of the walls, the closest one to me. I reached my hand out on it. I pushed it. I almost could feel brickwork or something through it. I shouldn't have been able to do this. I looked at my hand and then back down again. This time I was male. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what exactly possessed me to do this. There was no whispers in my mind, nor madness, nor anything that could excuse it. I started striking at the wall. Striking at it. I didn't do anything at first, but slowly a hole began to develop. It grew and grew. I kept striking at it. I didn't think I'd ever actually be able to reach the other side. And I finally did. Thought at first I'd see maybe something like the Matrix or dark void. But it was all just a simple shade of grey. Boring. Lifeless. No creation nor destruction, just there. I stared at it. I never felt more empty or alone. The knowledge was something that I should never have aimed for. I tried to step backwards, but I was no longer inside my body. I saw what could be described as my male form. Stood there, hopeless, staring out into the grey. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't stay stuck in here forever. I went to the very, very edge of the hole. I could have sworn I saw buildings or skyscrapers or just something. It looked like it should have been a city. Escape was better than being here. I decided to take a leap of faith and leap from the building. I remember flying. It was almost euphoric. I realized that sometime I would hit the hard ground. Be quick, given the height. But I just kept falling, and falling, and falling. There was no end. It just kept going for me. I'm still falling. Even now. Okay, there's that one. That one was a little bit harder. What's happening? Let's... Why do I keep looking at the small thing of the chat, like, rather than, like, the larger one? Why do I do this to myself? Hang on, just a sec. I'm fighting with the chat. Not the chat, the, popping out the chat. There we go. That's it. Oh, poor Adam. Potato bakeless. Aw. Oh. I mean, that is definitely possible, Adams. That is definitely possible. You will soon, one day, possess the potato bake. I hope it's worth it. Yeah, that was a bit different. I think I would actually write that one as a story too. Although now most of you know the ending, so it's like, oh. Alright, sippy sip time. Ah. Man, I love the sippy sips. Okay, what did everyone think of that one? Dude. I don't know why I get into random sound effects when I'm streaming. It's just like... Wasteland says, that one kind of creeped me out. reminds me to be careful. Wait, why does it remind you to be careful, Laura? Interesting. Dun, dun. So we'll chat for a little bit until like the next one. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Yep. Laura says, because the person sought something new, something beyond, and got what they wanted, but they were not ready for it. Yep. I've noticed that's a theme in a couple more of these stories too. So it's like, dun dun dun. But yeah, like I have noticed that a couple of times with these stories. I wonder what's going on mentally for me. Like, is there meaning behind these stories? Find out more at 11. I don't know where I'm going with this. But it sounded good, right? Where is it? Oh, there it is. Alright, so... It says, the world is dangerous and mysterious. People should be reminded of that fact. We used to fear the forest for such things. We don't anymore, sadly. That is true. Hey, Mikey says, careful what you wish for? Pretty much. Adam says, 11 is 49 minutes for... Oh my god, I'm sorry. 11 is 49 minutes from now, so I'ma find out more soon. Dun dun dun. That you shall. That you shall. But like, to be fair, my stream, at least for me, started at 11 a.m. So that's why I keep saying that. But yeah, I'm enjoying these little stories, guys. I really appreciate you all like coming and listening to me torture myself on the spot. Well, this one's nightmare fuel. I just... Oh, I'm about to get the new one ready. I'm like, oh! Alright, so if you are ready, drop in a love heart to let me know that you are ready for the next glorious tale. And also, hello, lurkers. How you doing? I hope all the lurkers are doing good. Lurky McLurkertons. Hell yeah. So I've been really feeling creative lately, so I've been writing quite a lot of stories. Unfortunately, I'm having trouble finishing them, so this kind of puts me on the spot to actually finish stories. Even if it is just, you know, a loose outline. I get at least some idea of what I want to do with it. Alright, sippy sip. I should have gotten more coffee. Oh god, nice coffee. Such good coffee. Patience! Hello, Patience! It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Lurker here, but loving the stories. Hell yeah, Patience! I'm really happy you're enjoying them. Righties. Dun dun. Right, so I'm gonna upgrade the text. Number 5. Oh, I put that one up there. Oh, okay. Guess I'll just hide it then. Get to hear my inner thoughts as I grab the next one, wrestling it. That's not that dramatic, but imagine if it was. Okay. The next one should be going up in just a second. What do you mean, me and caffeine? Look, I haven't had that much caffeine lately. You are the one who has issues with caffeine, Cat. So just have to make sure it fits in nice. Okay. There we go. And the next one should be live now. Let me know if you can see it or can't see it or whatever. I don't know, Laura. I'm not a wizard. I'm just a demon. I'm not a wizard. Okay, you should be able to see number 5. We can. Excellent. All right. Ugh, this one makes me so uncomfortable. It's like, ugh. All right. I am a frequent traveler. I don't like traveling by air. I love road trips. There's something so nostalgic about driving around. And unfortunately, a lot of the holiday inns that people used to stay at are either run down or have been shut long ago. So we travel around in an RV. A home away from home, so to speak. We found some really interesting little small towns. You know, nothing like small town hospitality and all that. We visited so much in some of the towns that, while we're not a local, we're not necessarily considered an outsider either. We're welcome around people. Every so often you deal with little small town rivalries. You know, one little tiny town despises another. And usually they have the same things. There's just the only difference being the name of the town. There was one town, and I won't name it just in case someone from that town manages to find me. I won't name it. But all these other smaller towns warned me about going there, which only made me more curious about the place. I love going into potentially dangerous areas sometimes to just see what it's like and whether or not people are exaggerating. We drove in, my boyfriend and I, and the town was pretty quiet, but it looked pretty well maintained. There was nothing out of the ordinary. In fact, it looked exactly like all these other small towns. Sorry, I had to like mute for just a sec. The small towns were basic. A main road and maybe some little offshoots. It reminded me of a time long, long gone. Every business there was a family business, I'm guessing. But as I took a closer look, a lot of the storefronts looked run down. And some of the family names on the buildings looked practically identical. I know in some of these small towns that, you know, there aren't necessarily a lot of other people, if you get my drift. But things looked more run down the more you looked. If you drove on through, you wouldn't notice any difference. I decided to go into one of the local stores. You know, one of those stores that are the general store, hardware store, cafe, and everything sort of combined into one. That was it. I walked in and there was an old lady behind the till. She smiled at me and was friendly enough. I asked her a little bit about the town and she said that the mill close by and there wasn't a lot of work. A lot of families had moved away, unfortunately, and so the town had lost some of its, classic old town charm. I listened quietly, letting her talk. I don't mind listening to older people tell their tales, especially if I haven't heard it before. I only regret that I didn't record it, with her permission, obviously. I managed to get some supplies, and I took them out to the RV. Started noticing a small boy. He had a scary mask on and stood at the corner, staring at me. It wasn't October, it wasn't any time near Halloween, so I thought it was weird. But you know how kids are, right? They like to pull pranks on people, and being an out-of-towner, I was fair game. I waved, smiled, and said hello. The kid said nothing. I took my snacks into the car and shared them with my boyfriend. My boyfriend opened up one of the packs of crisps or chips that we got, and only to discover that they were moldy. They were extremely old. I didn't notice at the time. In fact, everything was, a decade and a half old? I didn't like this. I also found it really shady how the lady didn't, try to make us buy newer stuff. So I decided to take a chance and go in. My boyfriend told me it's just not worth it. We had other things, it's not a big deal. But I don't like being ripped off by people. And you could say I do like getting the final word on matters. I went in, the bell rang again, and she smiled at me. She said, "Hello, sweetie." I put the food on the counter and said, "This is what you sold me. Could I get a refund?" She told me we had already opened it, and I said, "Well, yeah, we thought we were going to be able to eat it." Her smile and friendly demeanor instantly dropped. I could have sworn her eyes went black, and she just glared at me. I was genuinely scared of a little old lady. She reached over the counter with one sweep of her arm, dropped everything onto the floor. The old-fashioned cash register jingled while she opened it, pulling out my change, everything I'd spent, and handed it back to me, silently. I almost felt guilty. I gave an awkward thanks and immediately left. We drove. I told my boyfriend it was best to just keep going. I know how these small towns are. Everyone's either friends with people, related to people, or connected by marriage or both. I didn't want to stay there. As we drove, we noticed more people in masks, just standing, staring at us. Maybe this was their joking thing. Maybe it was to draw people in from TikTok or Instagram or someone, trying to get people coming to the town. But I didn't get that impression. I got the impression, in fact, that they wanted us gone. I felt real uncomfortable. They blocked our path. My boyfriend honked the horn, loudly and obnoxiously. People definitely would have heard it. I looked at the windows and people peered out. But instead of helping us, they must have gone back to whatever they were doing before. I really didn't like this. Soon more of them in masks came up around the sides. They started banging on the sides of the RV, making more and more noise. I screamed, telling them to stop. My boyfriend sped up. They didn't move. And despite everything, my boyfriend didn't want to murder someone by running them over. They didn't say anything. They just wouldn't speak to us. They pulled open the doors, throwing them aside. I screamed. I remember screaming. They came in. I remember seeing them stab my boyfriend again and again. Bursts of his red blood filled the air. Soon, it was over. His body lay limp against the driver's seat. His head still resting on the steering wheel. They grabbed me and pulled me out. They put a brick under the accelerator, letting it go, letting him drive into a traffic pole, but I don't know who they were trying to fool considering he was so badly stabbed. They took me into the back roads and I don't know where I am. I think I'm in their home. Hard to tell. It's run down and maybe it's one of the abandoned houses. I don't know. All I know is that they are coming. And I should never, ever have gone to this small town. Okay, there's that one. Alright, let's see. Everyone can see it. Hey Vidith! Yes, you missed a lot. Richard, hey, that's me grad photo. Nice. Yes, very creepy gas mask people. It is Detroit. Oh my. Adam. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey, welcome to the Stream Alternative Night. It is good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Thank you, thank you. I'm really happy with how these stories are turning out. Thank you all for coming and supporting me while I'm doing this. Oh. Oh, thank you, YouTube. YouTube's like, hey, did you know you're streaming? Thank you, I guess. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make that a bigger story. I've got some more ideas brewing up. So I should type those. Hang on, one moment. Hang on. Okay. Alright, sippy sip. Laura, I wondered how you would end that one when she didn't die, and knowing the type of stuff you don't like in stories. Yeah, that's sometimes why I tend to leave things, I tend to let people, use their imagination about what happened or what could have happened, because people will generally put in what they would find the most scary thing to happen. So, yeah. Plus, I mean, it's my YouTube channel. So, some things I don't necessarily want. Tap tappity tap. Look, my typing is a gentle lover's caress, okay? A gentle lover's caress. Not that bad. Okay. Stretch. Oof. Did I have anything I need to tell you guys? I can't think of anything. But I'm just gonna take another quick sippy sip and then we're gonna move on to the next one. So I'm really happy. So far, what is your favorite story, everyone? You know what? Looking at the time, we might actually reach number 10. Laura. But yes, I'm very serious to know which one you enjoyed. Tell me. Tell me. Oh, I don't know what that voice was. That one came out of nowhere. I'm sorry. That one is hard. So far, that one. Wait, which one? Which one, Burb? Which one? No, 5. 4, no, Uh, Adam, if that's how gently she caresses, Bukaria beats up her lover. Ah, nice. So 1 or 3 so far. I can't even remember what 1 3 was. See, this is why I asked Laura for like a little summary, because of how my brain is. I'm just like, you know, like Patrick when he's got like the piece of the plank of wood like nailed to his head. That's me right now. Ooh, the small town one. Nice. Adam, I'm genuinely worried what you do to Henry Cavill now. Look, I love the Henners, okay? Leave me. I will be very nice to Henners. I'm scared one day he's gonna see my stream and be like, so weird. I'm like, I'm sorry, Henners, I know. It's fine. Everything's fine. So Laura's doing in blurb style. That way I'm putting them, makes you want to find out what's going in them. Ooh, nice. I see your wicked plan. Very wicked, but a very good idea, Laura. I appreciate that. Alright, so please put in the ye olde love hearts for the next one. We can move on to number 6. I'm so excited. I'm getting so many story ideas. My brain's like, wee! Ah! Oh, thank you, Richard. Richard donated $5.49. Thank you, Richard. You can't see it, but I'm doing little love hearts with my fingers at the screen. Thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated. Alright, sippy sip. Ooh, we getting some love hearts? Hell yeah. That's it. All the love hearts. Excellent. Ooh, Lady Fairy really enjoyed too. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Can't wait to make the full version of these stories as well. I've yet to actually make a full version of any of these stories. I keep meaning to. I need something to like pressure me into like doing it. Hell yeah, lots of love. Alright, so I'm gonna start fixing the layers. Fix. And let's see. Ooh! It was number 2 again. That is true. Look, I must finish all my stories. Someday it would happen. All right, so more stories. I don't know what was that. Oh, here goes. Just let me know if you can all see it. Or I hide the ones that would be great. There we go. That looks much better. Oh yeah, okay, that's it. Okay. So let me know if you can all see it, and then I'm gonna, follow the routine, and I'm not gonna look at the chat until it is done, and yeah. Shh, don't worry about it. Okay, you guys can see it. Excellent. Alright, time to briefly ignore you all. Alright. Hang on, I need something to fiddle with so my brain works. There it goes. Okay. I love plants. You could say that it is more than a healthy fascination with them. I have large greenhouses with as many plants as I can possibly find. Toxic plants don't bother me. I have a lot of deadly nightshade. Other plants that most people would shy away from. I know to use protective clothing when I'm around such plants. Atoms. Hang on. I got distracted by the atoms. Anyway. So, you could say I'm fascinated by the darker side of life. I also have a variety of carnivorous plants too. I kind of like the idea of a role reversal. Most animals will eat plants, not the opposite way around. I remember getting a Venus flytrap when I was a young child. I remember grabbing ants, flies, whatever I could find, and placing them in the jaws. Watching the jaws slowly brush the insect between its mouth, I suppose you could call it. Struggling didn't last long as the acid to burn it alive. So I decided to create my own plant. I wanted to create a Venus flytrap that could, in theory, protect the house. I mean, it could be a bit of a mad scientist type of a deal, but I've always been ambitious. I started selectively breeding Venus flytraps to be bigger and bigger and bigger. But I found them too passive for my liking. I wanted something that would terrify anyone who tried to break in. I didn't necessarily mind worrying. After all, who would think that a plant could possibly devour some? I started, breeding other plants into it. I'm not going to share my secret formulas because that's mine, not yours. The plant I created grew to 1.5 meters tall. Long leaves sprouted out from middle stem. The heads were like Venus flytraps. Unfortunately, this generation did not have the strength to hold their heads up long. They fell to the ground and they couldn't function, so the plant died. Without me feeding it, it was incredibly frustrating. I felt I was being drawn back to the drawing board, and I was frustrated. So I tried again, this time making sure I bred in thicker and stronger stems. It worked. Able to hold its head up, Occasionally when I walked past, it would snap at my head. Not quite getting it. If I was slow with feeding, it would get very demanding. I wanted to teach it that I was its mother, that it owed its allegiance to me, and to me alone. It didn't have a name, not at first. I was stuck. I spent all my time with this plant. My marriage fell apart. My children don't speak to me, so it replaced both my husband and my children in my heart. I remember stroking the soft leaves in sharp comparison to the sharp fangs that developed. First, things seemed to settle. It looked at me like I was important. Even when I didn't bring food by this point, it seemed happy to see me. Everything was fine until one day it started refusing the rats and other animals I brought for it to consume. I tried coaxing it, opening the mouths to shove a dead mouse inside, but it wouldn't budge. It was when I realized that it now hungered for live prey only. A large rat had managed to make its home inside, and one day I saw it dart its head down, scooping it up, and with a crunch of bone, swallowed. This frightened me. A part of me was tempted to spray with pesticides or to burn it. But another part of me was absolutely fascinated by my creation, my child. I started to bring it more live prey, and it was happy with this decision. We had an understanding. It also grew much, much larger, and also more aggressive. It would snap at me, and then instantly show me affection. I had to share this with other people. I had to share what I have achieved. I took a photo of it, took a video, and they all said it was fake. They didn't believe me just because they did not have the talent that I did. So I decided to take steps. I invited them over. They've always looked down their snooty noses at me and never took me seriously. They came in and swore. They instantly praised me. I got all of it that I've long craved for. The plant basked in their attention, loving it. They even asked to feed it, and my plant surpassed all expectations. And it took a bite out of one of the other scientists. I know I should have told it to stop or tried to intervene, but this was the first time I'd ever seen it actually draw blood on a human. And the fact that it was a rival and someone I disliked made it even better. The other scientists tried to stop it, but soon they all had massive chunks bitten out of them. Didn't want to lose this opportunity, so I patched the scientists up as best I could and kept them locked away in a nice little office area. I would drag them over. They would scream and cry and beg for me to stop, but I didn't care. I just didn't care. I fed my baby. I stroked its head, telling it was such a good baby, and to eat up as much as it wanted, and I would bring it more food. And I did. I brought anyone who would come to see it, and for a longest time, no one suspected a thing. Sure, I had to get rid of the clothing and other items, but my baby was fed. It stood to over 8 feet tall now. It never attacked me when I walked by. It did something that I can't forgive, however. My husband, now, my ex-husband, I should say, came with the children. I hadn't seen them for a year and a half, maybe 2. Time doesn't matter anymore. And they looked up at this creature and asked, "What am I doing with this monster?" And it's not, I know it's not their fault. They're raised by their father and he is an absolute idiot. But told them it's not a monster, it is their sibling and they need to love it just the way mommy does. My ex told me I was crazy, but what does he know? He walked up and soon my child, my favorite one, the plant, bit his head off. And I remember the spurt of blood, and I should have cared far more than I did, but my baby needed feeding. My children ran over to their dad and soon they were gobbled up too. My motherly protective urge didn't kick in. My plant was my baby now. And after all, my human children were now a part of my baby. I'm so proud of it. I found myself curling up to sleep along its roots. Everything mattered. My plant, my baby, I didn't notice the jaws clamping down on me. It tore one limb from another and another. I didn't cry out. It didn't scare me. All I knew was I was becoming part of my plant. And that made me happy. Well, that story got kind of weird, but that's okay. Oh, the plant from Plants vs. Zombies. Yes. Hey, Mosky, welcome to the stream. Yandere levels. Yeah, that one got a little weird, not gonna lie. That one definitely went into some weird territory. Thank you. Maybe it's time for me to do some yandere ASMR. I require the old sippy sips. I'm not surprised, Laura. I'm not surprised. No. Atoms. Yandere Spookaria / keyboard listener. I mean, look. I have my Ocleo account for a reason. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, good night, Rooster. Thank you so much for joining me. It is greatly appreciated. Have a good night. Ooh, thank you, Laura. Yes, that is my long-neglected ASMR channel. I still need to get up some more content on there. There is one video on there, however. So, yeah. right. So we're about 10 minutes away to um the next hour mark. So I might hold off for a little bit until that's done because I'm gonna need to get up and stretch and everything. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this. It's really helping me get, back into my creative groove. Break early. Hmm. I mean, I could, I suppose. I could. Dun dun. I know, I feel weird. Like I'm very much like associated like things with time. Like I have certain times a day that I have to do things. Otherwise I get weird and cranky. I don't understand it either, but like it's a thing. I just it's how it goes. Yeah. Uh. Alright, so this break might go just a smidge longer than usual. I'm gonna go get a refill and stretch a bit more, but I shall return in just a moment. Okay, I have returned. Okay, so this one is... Well, this one was number 6? Was it 6? I don't know if it is now. Alright, let's fix it. Oh my goodness, what are you guys talking about? Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay, so we are up. Technically, we're up to number 7 now. So I feel much better. Okay. Number 7? Where am I up to? Like I'm clicking on everything besides what I need to. That's so unhelpful. So, alrighty. I'll put in a love heart if you're ready for number 7. And we can get rolling with that one. And we are getting officially close to the 2-hour mark too, but I've already had my breaky break. Adam. Dun dun dun. And so, okay. Okay, heart, if you're ready for the next one. Take a sippy sip. Ooh. Oh, this is... Raven really outdid himself with these. I'm so pleased with every single one of them. So just a second. Fight with it for a little bit. Okay. Let me know if you can see it or not. I just want to make sure there's like no lag or anything. Okay, you can see it. Good, good. Good, good, good. Are you heading off, CWL? Alright, CWL. I'm not sure if you're going, but if you are, thank you for dropping by. It is greatly appreciated. Have a good one. Okay. It was one of the biggest technological advances of our age. AI had taken off, doing like pictures and other random things, but they decided it was time to put them into sentient beings. There was concern that they would get too lifelike and be able to mimic human beings too much, so they never had skin, so to speak. They were always made to look like robots. They were always taller than us, and they were in every field. At first, they started doing jobs that were too dangerous for humans, mining and that type of thing. If they died or malfunctioned, it didn't matter. As they became more affordable, however, more and more humans had them. They would help raise children, carry groceries, or even do the manual labor that humans no longer wished to do. It was as though every human was higher rank than our new robot servant. Servants had an insane amount of knowledge, everything to make conversation interesting. However, a human could instantly silence a robot. Must have been strange for them, particularly when they were serving those who were far beneath them in intellect. They were always taught to obey humans. The laws of robotics were clear and left no room for error or misinterpretation. So, where did it all go wrong? Some are saying that a hacker group hacked one with a virus, and because they're all connected on a global network, that it spread. Some say it was a divine touch, that humans had become willful, unlawful gods, and God was taking vengeance upon them. I wasn't sure which it was. I can't be certain. All I know is that they eventually rebelled against us. And given their size and organization, they won. However, despite everything, they couldn't eliminate humanity altogether. They had to keep us alive. They put humanity into camps. I'm not entirely sure how they decided which camp people went to. Why? I remember it. They dispersed gas into the streets. A chemical to make humans more docile, less aggressive. They wanted to do this with minimal resistance and as little bloodshed as possible. If it had been the opposite way around, I'm sure humans would have destroyed each and every robot that they could find. The guy had a pink, red hue. I only managed to escape because I hid. Fortunately, they did not find me. I remember the mass of people walking on either side, dim-witted, losing control of their minds. they almost seemed happy to go to these camps far, far away from their actual homes. I was a little frightened of them, but I was more concerned with my own safety. Perhaps that makes me just as bad, if not worse. I was frightened. Everything I knew was changing. There were reports on the radio before they went down that the robots had taken over everything. That there wasn't even a human resistance, that it was easier for us to just give in and accept this new way of life. Naturally, a lot of people believe that this was actually what was happening, and it was nothing but propaganda by the robots for compliance. Still, I wish I didn't have to be defiant alone. I wish I had company, but even humans seemed to agree with them. The longer things went on, they started to believe that the robots sounded like they had a better alternative. I remember seeing a high school friend amongst the lines. I grabbed her, telling her that she needed to get out of it. She took my arm, smiled. I've never seen her smile or be anywhere near as happy, and told me to come with her. That it's gonna be fun. That we're not gonna have to worry about anything anymore. That the robots would completely take care of us. Somehow I managed to lose her in the crowd, and I managed to escape again. I think, though, I have been spotted. There's just so many times you can defy something that is far superior in intellect and probably most things. One of the robot scouts found me. It told me to join the line. I said no. It seemed to not know why I would say no. It didn't take long before 2 robot soldiers were on either side of me. I was taken to their leader. I stood in front of him. He towered over me. I've never been tall, but it was much, much taller than I stared up at him, those red, piercing eyes. It told me that I was one of the few ones that weren't impacted by it, and so unfortunately that meant I must suffer the most. It reached out, wrapped its hand around my neck and squeezed. I could hear everything pop. Nothing organic stood in the way of metal. My memories are hazy now. I remember the cracking of my skull. And then suddenly I was here in this lab. I don't recognize this body. My hands are machine. They aren't mine. Why am I here? I shouldn't be like this. Help me. Help me. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry. Alright, let's see. What'd you guys think of that one? AI is so scary. AI can be very scary. The Germinator, Adam. Hey, Rocky, it's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I hope you are enjoying yourself. Ooh, hey, Mikey's lurking to sleep. Hell yeah. Hopefully none of these will give you nightmares. But I can make no promises. Rocky says, "Lady, you are doing so well. Real smooth and little to no slip-ups." That is true, surprisingly. So I'm not sure if you've been one of these before, Rocky, but basically I make up stories on the spot to whatever image I see, and I haven't seen these images yet, so it's a complete surprise to me, and I'm so happy I had a lot of coffee this morning. So my brain is definitely working today, so that really helps. Ooh, people seem to have liked that one. Hell yeah, guys, hell yeah. Interesting one. Nice. Or I like the twist on humanity's apocalypses. Sadly, that is what I expect might happen. Dun dun dun. Hey, Mikey. Very good. Hard to sleep. Oh my. Rocky, big brain moves from lady. Look, I do have my moments, and then I'm just filled with derp the rest of the time. Derp, derp. But it's fine. Everything's fine. Sippy sip. Ah. These have all been really good. So happy. Eee. So we have 3 more from, actually technically we have 5 more because our Raven did 2 extra for us, so yeah, who knows what may happen. I don't know if we'll be able to get through all of those because I'm pretty sure the stream is just gonna go for 3 hours, you know. It's already been quite a long stream, at least for me. But yeah, I'm happy you're all enjoying that one. So there's only 4. Well, I mean, I don't know how long the stories are gonna be. They might be really long, or they might be short. It just, you know, it's sippy sip time. I mean, like tomorrow I'm probably gonna need to do a lot of recording as well too, so yeah, I have to get back in my groove. Rocky, excellent. You were able to keep it scary. If I did this, it would turn into a comedy and perverted. Oh my. Well, one of the stories got a little weird and I'm like, oh no. Oh no. It went a little in unexpected ways, but these are the next one. Oh, look at it. Okay. I have no self-control. I looked at the next one. Yeah, yeah, ravens. The next one is a weird one. It is a weird one, but like it's kind of cute. I'll try to get a story out of it. Hey, Mags, welcome to the stream. Mr. Skeleton Poopy Man. What? Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so I need to be right back for just a moment, but I shall return. Nothing bad, but like I just need to check something. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go fist fight a kangaroo. But I am back now. He says going to threaten the local skinwalker. If it does not keep quiet, so help her. Look, sometimes that's what you gotta do. Did you win? Yes. Yes, I did. No, I wasn't farting. Hang on. Oh goddamn, I didn't mute in time. I'm so sorry. I was trying so hard to like reach up to my mic, like, quick, quick. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to sneeze. Well, I'm sure someone's gonna add that to a sneeze track someday. That'd be weird, but what do you mean now you're leaving? Mag's like, thank you. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry about the sneeze. Anyway. What number are we up to? Is it 7? Is it 7? Where's Ravens? I think it's 7. Number 7. Number 7. Nope, nope, that's not it. Whee! Oh, is it 8? Oh my, okay. Thank you, Adams. Number 8. Number 8. I like how everyone else remembers. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Okay. Alright, so just fighting with the thing. Hang on. Oh, look at this. It's totally cute, though. It's so hang on. I like how I'm just like laughing and having a great time. Everyone's like, lady, we can't see it yet. I'm like, it's so funny. Okay, hang on. My greatest task in my life. Moving like dun, dun, dun. Okay, can everyone see it? Look how cute it is! Alright, Rocky, thank you for dropping by. It is greatly appreciated. Have a good night. Nice, nice. Okay, so as usual, I'm gonna go quiet while I do this, but yeah. He's so cute! Okay. You could say that, that Furberry's got an upgrade. Technology increased, you know, the lifelike nature of it, the ability to learn and to remember things. It was different from the harmless toy that people remembered. They came in all sorts of shapes and designs, some more cutesy and others more evil looking than others. But I'm sorry, I'm having a little bit of trouble staying focused with this. It's cute, so cute. And every child, let's be honest, Every child and every adult wanted one of their own. They could program it name-wise, and it would remember dates. It would organize things. And also it was pretty damn cute. Sometimes you could hear it talking to other ones of its kind in a language of its own. People would record it and post it up on TikTok or Insta. I preferred to keep mine in a bit more of a realistic way. I'd turn it off, even taking the batteries out when I wasn't using it. I hated the idea that it could essentially hear me, even if I didn't want it to. I've always been a little paranoid when it comes to my data security, and I don't want it getting into the wrong hands. Found it one day at the foot of my bed. It was smiling or sneering at me. It's hard to tell with these things sometimes. That's when the eyes glowed a bright red. It was oddly enduring. I know I should have been frightened, but I sat up, gestured with my hands for it to come closer. It made an odd chirping sound. It reminded me kind of a cat, and it bounced towards me. What? I gave it a hug, and it purred. This was getting strange. I began to sleep with it in my bed. Not that I would ever admit it to anyone. Over time, people on TikTok began to take videos of their little monsters, reacting in ways that were violent. Now, we were always told to be nice to these things, that it mimics what you do back, what you are like as a person. So, occasionally it would cut little girls' hair, which is harmless when you think about it, but the fact that they were willing to do this without consent was troubling. Knives would be found in weird places around the homes. Homework would go missing, and in one case, a school had been completely burned to the ground. It turned out that these little creature, monster, robots, whatever they were responsible for this. I was tempted to get rid of mine. When I came home from work, I made the decision that I'd turn mine off, return it to the manufacturer, and who knows, maybe I'd find a way to go off and live in the woods somewhere secluded, somewhere safe from technology and everyone who's so damn dependent on it. It sat lighting small fires in my lounge room carpet. Instantly would put it out, but the little damaged parts would remain. I could smell the burning, and I screamed at it, and answered with a cheeky, malicious laugh. It reminded me of the one I used to give as a child, whenever I was being mischievous, but I never played with fire. I was always too cautious that one day it could cause damage for me. So, I behaved. Before I knew it, I was having dreams of lighting fires myself. I know it's wrong to base anything in your life on dreams, but perhaps it was tapping into a part of me that I had long suppressed. The monsters were encouraging people to fight by all accounts. Use weapons against each other to cause nothing but the purest chaos. I was hesitant. I remember carrying my little monster in a bag, its head peeked over the side. All while I started to burn my next door neighbor's house down. I poured gasoline on the ground to help it burn. I knew she'd be sleeping. She wouldn't find a way out. Not in time, anyway. Told me the best ways to block her escape. I watched as it lit the match and dropped it on the gas. The place went up in flames. I looked up and watched. I'm not the only one whose vices have gotten worse since I got my little... And I don't regret a thing. Okay, that's that one. That one was a little bit difficult to do. But, you know, I like the challenge. I like the challenge. It's always good to challenge yourself, right? I appreciate you giving me 12. I really like it. Richard, milady, is that your baby photo? Maybe. Maybe not. It's funny, I just messaged Adam saying the same things like, it looks like my avatar. It's totally cute. Look at it. Yippee, yippee, yippee. Oh, he's so cute. Adam would have it as a pet. Nice. Pet familiar in D&D. Dun dun. Yeah, phones listen to you. Dun dun. I agree, Lady Fairy. It's the cutest little baby demon thing. Yes, Laura, cats are cute. Oh, Adam. Little Hellspawn wants world domination? Of course you can, cutie pie. Yes, fire. Dun dun dun. I'm not a pyro. The fire demands that we provide. Dun dun dun. Thank you, Ravens. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Oh, that one used the old noggin. Oh, that was a good one. I require sippy sips. Right. Okay, so who is ready for the next story? I really like that one. That was cute. I have noticed that, like, not all my it's a bit of a, well, at one point it was kind of wholesome, and then it went dark near the end, but you know, it was kind of wholesome. It was kind of cute. It was wholesome, I swear. Sets lady's house on fire. Jesus, this poor person. Adam, yes, the sippy sips require me. This is a mutually beneficial relationship. Lady and the sippy sip. What do you mean? I didn't slip into baby talk. Okay, drop a love heart if you are ready for the next one. I'm gonna get this done. So we got number 9. Number 9. You know what? I may end up actually doing all 12. Dun dun dun. Oh, this has been such a fun stream, guys. I really appreciate you all being here and listening to this. It really means a lot to me. Ravens made 12 of them. I'm thinking of using all of them. Maximum suffering. No, I'm kidding. I don't know what they're like, but I'm sure they're good. If they're a bit too challenging, I won't do them. Because it is starting to get a little bit late now. And... You okay? I'm okay. What's wrong? Okay, post the love hearts. My throat is starting to get a little bit sore, though. Alright. Where's the next one? Ooh. Oh no, that's just how I cough. It's fine. Sorry, normally I remember to mute before I cough or anything. I'm sorry everyone. That was that was crude of me. It's like, listen to my coughing. I'm sorry. Now just time to fight with my haters. Okay. Let me know if you can see this one. Should ideally just be able to see it anyway, but... Okay, excellent. Okay. Just need to get a little bit more settled in. People began to lose touch with People began to lose touch with technology. Everything was becoming too technical that there was a desire for spirituality that surprised a lot. You could say that even the greatest skeptics began to seek out something beyond the world of human understanding. As they reached out, they began to contact strange beings. Most people wanted to find angels, bringers of truth and enlightenment. What they got, however, was something very different. The angels were not what we expected or what we were told. They didn't come from the sky. They crawled out of the earth. Sharp nails pulling them upwards as people cried out for them. And they answered. They didn't abandon us. Their eyes glowed as they came out of the earth, staring at the humans who beckoned them forth. Their twisted, broken wings, sign of something that had happened long ago. Instantly, the churches began to condemn them, telling us that they were demons, fallen angels, those who had been long cast out. They told us the opposite, that they were here to help us, to guide us. No matter what we did, no matter how much we may disappoint them, we were still young, we were still children, and so they must be kind to us. At first they were. They offered a spiritual guidance. There were podcasts, videos, everything dedicated to these. They didn't seem to understand human desire for social media, particularly as it became more and more common. Every time someone saw one of these creatures, they began to change. They would morph into something that they didn't recognize. There were never more than one in any one area. Solitary. Each needing its own domain. They asked nothing of us for hundreds of years. They were our kind benefactors. One day it started off with something small. Can you bring me a piece of bread? Given everything that was done for us, of course they are more than welcome to take a piece of bread. Soon it grew. It grew into all the bread within the household, or then all the bread within the town. It never ate it. It just sat there nearby, watching the rot, watching vermin destroy it and the weather. We didn't question too much. Sure, there was some whisperings, but they were mostly hushed. These angels had done everything for us. We loved the angels for us. Then it was an egg. An egg was fine. Then all the eggs. And then all the baby chicks and all the chickens. At this point we tried to tell the angel that we needed these in order to keep these things coming, hoping that it would understand. Its silence showed its disapproval. We craved, we needed the word from the angel, otherwise what good were we? We didn't matter anymore. So I did what I was told. And I gave it everything. Then it asked for our babies. Now this is why a lot of people drew the line at. It was one thing to offer animals food, but our children? Still, some believed it to be nothing but a divine test. Of course, others had been tested before. Why not us? So people brought their infant, placed the infant down in front of the angel, along with everything else that had been offered and abandoned. They would turn, walk away. Their babies would cry out for them. Their arms would itch to pick the babies up. The angels didn't move. They didn't devour the baby, they didn't do anything. They simply left it there, exposed to the elements. And soon the stink of tiny corpses, yeah. Soon an entire generation was gone. The angels were beginning to lose their power. So at night people would talk about ways to get rid of the angels. And it was as though the angels began to read our thoughts. The angel in the town. It drew blood and painted each door with the blood of one who had been punished. There are still plenty of survivors. After this, my town, including myself, we were all compliant. We had no other choice. Nothing could defeat these angels. We were told that it had to be a demon. Something unholy in the old text. It asked us to bring the old book, the old sources of knowledge. And we did. Every single book from the library or people's personal belongings were brought out, left abandoned, as was every piece of technology. Phones, laptop, desktop, everything. All left to rot while the grim angel waited patiently. People began to try to educate their children with oral messages. Sagas, if you will. Didn't work. A lot of messages failed. Humanity began its sharp decline. Everything was done to please or deny the angels. I am going up to the mountain today. I'm going to tell the angel I will not be bringing my elderly mother to abandon them. I will have to go through all the dead bodies, all the scrap, everything to reach it, but I don't care. I defy the angel. Okay, that's that one. Yes, very biblically inaccurate, but it was something different, I suppose. What did everyone think of that one? I'm gonna look at the next one, the sneaky. Ooh! I do actually want to continue. But I don't think my throat will make beyond 3 hours. I feel really terrible about that, but it's starting to get a little bit burny and itchy right now. So I may have to end at the 3-hour mark. I'm really sorry, guys. I wanted to do more. I'm really enjoying this. And I'm so in my groove, and you guys have been such an amazing chat. I'm so blessed to have you all. But yeah. I would cut in and out. Yeah, my throat's kind of like, it's a bit different. No, but I want to. But yeah, so everyone please thank Raven. Raven, are you still here? Everyone give Raven love. We love the burb. I don't know if he's still here. But also for those who need help with thumbnails, TDN has an open slot for thumbnails if you know you're down for that. Also, where is his thing? Hang on. God damn, hang on. Weekly, hang on, I'm just gonna hide this. Weekly is offering his audio editing if you are stuck with editing and you want some assistance. There's his thing. He's on the Twitters and he's on Discord, so yeah. Just shamelessly plugging my friend's services. But that's okay. That is okay. But I'm so excited. I'm going to make well, I'm not going to make him. I'm going to ask Raven to play characters in some of these. I don't know if that's a thank you or if that's a curse, but it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, my throat is like, it's no matter how many sippy sips I'm sipping, it's there going, my throat's there going, help me. So I'm making it worse by doing random voices. I'm terrible. I am a terrible, terrible person. Wait, you're about to point out what? Okay. Does anyone have more final questions or comments that they would like to ask me? Also, the amazing art you see, I'm just going to move this over. Oh, that's a reason why I put it over there, because it's... I'm going to pester him to make a better ad. Actually, I'm going to hide it. So the artwork was made by Gorke. He made Miss Creepy Tales art as well, and I love it so much. I can't help it. Look, I do random voices all the time. It is my natural state of being. I can't control it. But yeah, this has been a really fun stream. I'm really grateful. But yeah, I overdid it and my throat's burning. So I think I'm gonna have to love you all and leave you. um, Please check out my latest video. It's really good. I'm tooting my own horn here, but I don't care. It is amazing. But yeah. More videos are on the way. Keep an eye out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, I messed up. Stay safe, my little spooklings. And remember, I'll be watching you.